Gods and goddesses, welcome to the SMITE God reveal for Shiva, the Destroyer. Worlds end when the Destroyer dances, but so too do worlds begin as Destroyer becomes benefactor. It is the eternal cycle of destruction and creation, a cosmic song heard by all, but the steps of its dance are known only to one. The Lord of Dancers, Shiva. He is the embodiment of grace and compassion, but also the roaring storm which sweeps away all that stands before it. He comes in forms both fearsome and benign, destroyer and creator in one. To Shiva falls the responsibility of ensuring the sanctity of all that is. This duty requires both ferocity and mercy, for it is Shiva who must stand against the all-consuming dark and conjure light from its depths with his dance. By his dance will the mistakes of the past be undone, and a new beginning allowed to commence. Shiva's passive is Samsara. Shiva cycles between the states of bliss and destruction by dealing damage to enemy gods with attacks and abilities. Each state provides benefits to himself and allies, or hindrances to enemies. Shiva's first ability is Emblazoned Sweep. Shiva's trident is emblazoned with the fire of Agni as he spins it around, dealing damage, pulling in enemies and leaving behind a firewall. If in the bliss state, allies gain movement speed for passing through the firewall. In destruction, enemies suffer a protection reduction debuff instead. Shiva's second ability is Damaru's Tempo. Shiva slams his trident, shaking the Damaru drum and causing energy to dissipate and damage enemies. Depending on the selection, enemies in the chosen segment are knocked up as well. If in the bliss state, allies gain an attack speed buff if the energy passes through them. In destruction, enemies suffer an attack speed debuff instead. Shiva's third ability is Pillar of Dawn. Shiva dashes into a pillar of fire where he meditates for a short duration, taking reduced damage before being able to dash out again. As he meditates, the pillar emits an aura. If in the bliss state, allies in the aura gain a block stack while Shiva gains up to 3 after leaving. In destruction, enemies in the aura suffer constant damage instead. Shiva's ultimate ability is Shiva Tandava. Shiva performs his Tandava, becoming crowd control immune while he channels his dance for the next 6 seconds. Every 1.5 seconds, he performs a dance step that can also be pre-selected. The first step provides allies healing and mana restore. The second step provides light healing and damage, but also an amplification on the next step's radius and effects. The third step deals damage and shield reduction to enemies. Shiva is a warrior that excels at managing the flow of combat and keeping enemies nearby. In this fight, Shiva dashes into the fight with Pillar of Dawn, waiting briefly while the aura pulses before re-emerging. Hitting as many enemies as possible with Damaru's Tempo and Emblazoned Sweep, Shiva keeps his foes controlled before beginning his world-ending dance. Shiva Tandava keeps his allies sustained while finishing off the remaining enemies at the same time. Thanks for watching the SMITE God reveal for Shiva, the Destroyer.